Thank you, University Bookstore Malaysia, for giving me the opportunity to do a sharing on this subject, how to prepare a better protection for our children when they are returning to school. Okay, I think I don't need to tell more about. I think Keith already said it all. So I have been with the company for 20 years, and I'm a full-time working mom with 3 little boys. And actually, one will be going back to the primary school, and another one will be going back to the preschool. And the government has just recently announced that 1st of July, the preschool will open first. Okay, so I think very kanchang now, every parents and all that. Okay, so when student returning to school, so if there's parents, I would like to ask, how do you feel? Okay, I think it's a mixed feelings because I'm a parent. I do feel mixed feelings. So at the same time, I feel like, okay, it's enough. 3 months break, enough, long enough already. No school, right? At home doing nothing, I feel so wasted. And then, but at the same time, I want to send him back to school. But at the same time, I'm also worried. So worried that, yeah, if later send him back, later, if let's say, unfortunately, and then contract with the COVID-19, then it would be something very serious. So it would be like the whole family issue, right? And then, so it's really, really tough decision. So I really hope that, so we will, I mean, for the school, so that they will have to prepare, well prepared for that, so that when the students going back to school, so the parents, the teachers will be in a safe environment, so that everything will go back to normal, as we hope. Okay, so these are the new norm SOP. So I segregated it into 4 categories. So the first one would be the face mask. So everybody would be wearing face mask. It's a very normal now. When you go out, you have to wear a face mask. So if one day you forget the face mask and you go out, you feel like you are walking naked in the market on the street, right? So you feel very, very, very worried. And the temperature check, so whenever where you go, so everybody will shoot a gun, like want to shoot you like that. So the feelings is a bit uncomfortable, I would say sometimes. And the sanitizers and social distancing is very normal. I think everybody knows about that. So today I would cover on the face mask and also the temperature checks, which our system could do on that part. So can you see this image? So the temperature they took down is from 29 Celsius to 33, which is very abnormal. So they are using the infrared gun that shoot on you every time you're trying to go into the shop or into the buildings. So, but because there are many brands that you doesn't know whether the quality, whether it's good or not. So when the inaccuracy temperature is being read and then you doesn't know, then that is the thing that we don't want to happen, right? So if anybody get into the school with the abnormal temperature and then infected the rest, then it will be a very, very, very bad things. So, and also for the speed, on the school side, they also have to take into consideration. If each student, you have to take 30 seconds or more than that to detect the temperature, and you are having 300 students, it will require 2.5 hours to complete the whole process. Imagine that if you have all the students coming in at 7 a.m. and then you try to read temperatures for everybody, so it's going to delay the school time, right? And also, how many staff are you going to allocate to do the checking? Okay, so after you do the checking and then all the data you have collected, how are you going to keep them? Is it going to keep them on a paper or you have to key into the system again? So these are the weaknesses that we can find from the current the infrared gun. Okay, so based on the okay, there are 8 tips in choosing the right device. So I have summarized it based on my 20 years experience in the industry. Okay, so the accuracy is a must. So you make sure that you have the temperature data is accurate so that we can make sure people, be it students or the parents or the visitors or the suppliers with abnormal temperature will be found out at the entrance. Otherwise, if anybody is having fever, got into the school and infected others, then the worst scenario would be we might going through another MCO again. I don't know about you, but I would not want to experience another MCO in my life anymore. Okay, so anti-spoofing. So for school, there are many kids and they are playful, so they will try to find ways to fool the system. So they were trying to find their photos or a star photo, so to try to fool the system. So the anti-spoofing is very important, and also it must easy to use. So it should be just stand in front of the system and then get verified and then go in. So if you have fever, then you cannot go in. That's all. So if you are wearing a mask, you don't have to take off the mask to scan. Okay, and cost effective. So when usually when we say cost effective, many people would think cost effective equals to cheap. Does that mean the same thing? So for me, cost effective meaning that you invest on something, but then that thing you're going to use in a daily basis for a long time. Okay, so if you are buying something very cheap, you found that, oh, you're very happy, you found something very cheap in the market, so it's the cheapest deal in the market. But then, okay, you bought it and then you started using it. But then after maybe 1 or 2 years, and then you started facing some problem. Maybe there are some spare parts issue, so you need to replace, or you need to get someone to support. And then you couldn't find that person that's selling the system to you anymore. And then you will have to buy a new system. And then so that will cost you even more. So that is not cost effective. So you, when I say cost effective, that means you invest on something, you find a good brand, so you're going to use for a long run, let's say a few years at least. So when you are having a problem, someone will be there for you. Okay, so that is what I meant here. So a good brand and after sales support is also very important, and seamless integration. So whether the system can integrate with your current school system is also very important. So whether the student data can be integrated with your school system, and the teacher data can be used for the attendance and all that. So that one also have to take into consideration. The fast flow, because the teacher, the student have to come in at the same time. So the flow, you have to make sure the flow is really fast so that everybody can go back to school, go back to the class and resume their study very, very effectively. Okay, so this is our time tag facial recognition with temperature detection. So you can see actually you are wearing a face mask, then it can also detect, and then it's fulfill all the 8 criteria that I mentioned just now. I will elaborate further on our brand history and what we are and all that later. Okay, so I will show you a video on how this Smart AC1 TD works.
Smart AC1 TD, your initial shield against COVID-19. The Smart AC1 TD is the latest anti-epidemic biometrics product that scans a user for body temperature, face with mask, and a palm. It has an option to deny access when a user is having a high temperature of 37.5 degrees Celsius or higher, or the user is not wearing any face mask. It offers 2 stand options, for a desktop or a LAN stand, and it can be wall-mounted as a door access control system, making it suitable for any entrances. Smart AC1 TD safeguards your staff and premises from COVID-19 symptoms. Contact info@timetechcloud.com or call 0380.
Okay, sorry. Okay, that's the video. So you can see just now, it can scan palm, scan face, and then when you are wearing a mask, it can verify your identity. And then if someone is not wearing a mask, it will deny the access or trigger the alarm. And also someone with fever, that it will trigger the alarm. So for the school, it's the first line for you can put this in the entrance. So if anybody with abnormal temperature, so you can cut it from at the entrance, so to make everybody stay safe in the school. Okay, I have put it in a picture so that how the system could work. So you can see, okay, the TimeTech Smart AC1 will be at the entrance. Student verify their face and temperature data will be recorded. And in the admin office, you will be able to, the student attendance and temperature data will be automatically updated in the system. So, and then the reports and all that will be ready for to keep or for any future reference. Okay, so I would like to talk about our company. Our company started since year 2000. I was there with the company since until now. And then we have 20 years experience in the security system. And then 10 years ago, we are getting into the cloud solutions. We have multiple cloud solutions, including from time attendance and leave management and many of them. And then we are a ISO company, ISO standard company with 21 patents, 19 international awards and certification. We have 150 countries sales network in the international. So the biggest market we actually export to is United States and then Middle East region. Surprisingly that, you know, a Malaysia brand is selling very good in USA. And we are a stable company with multiple clients. And next, I'm going to show the clientele of our company. So you see Coca-Cola, Yili Group, QSR, Big Apple, Mummy, and then there are also schools that already installed with our face recognition system. And then there are actually more now, but now I couldn't get the details yet. So these are the ones that I could compile off. Okay, that's all. Thank you.